Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Amy and today's video is going to be a pregnancy update. I am currently 36 weeks and 3 days pregnant with baby number 5, and you could probably tell I don't sound as happy or cheery as I normally am, and that's because I'm exhausted. It has been like since January 3rd when my water broke, or I had a water leak or amniotic fluid leak, whatever you want to call it, to today, which that is 15 days ago. It has been the craziest roller coaster of my life, I feel like, at least as far as kids and pregnancies and labors go. So a lot of you, I'm sure, have watched the video. We announced that I was in labor, and I was in the hospital for 48 hours on Pitocin, had an epidural for 36 of those hours, and then eventually was sent home to give my body and the baby's body a break, and to see if just being in the comfort of my home would help things either settle down completely or progress things. And it hasn't gone really either way. I feel like it's definitely not totally calmed down, but I'm also not progressing as far as being more dilated or effaced. So when I left the hospital, I was 4 centimeters and 90% effaced. A lot of you were really concerned, like, how are they sending you home after your water's been broken? And the way that the doctors explained it to me is that your amniotic sac has 2 membranes, an inner and an outer membrane. And my inner membrane was still intact, which that is what protects the baby. And the outer membrane is what had ruptured and was leaking fluid. So that made the Amnisure test come back positive, and that's why I was leaking fluid. But I was put on IV antibiotics for the full 48 hours, sent home on antibiotics. I've been going to the doctors twice a week to get checked and have ultrasounds to check the amount of amniotic fluid, which I'll get to in just a minute, just to make sure I'm not showing like any signs of infection or things like that. So I have been having contractions, painful ones that are timeable for hours at a time, and then they just stop. And I had the same exact thing when I was pregnant with Riker. I had it from 34 weeks until 37 weeks when I finally had him. It is called prodromal labor. It's something that I had never heard of before until my pregnancy with Riker. I did not experience it with the first 3 girls, but it is exhausting, and it's really hard on your body because you're having timeable contractions for sometimes an hour, sometimes 3 or 4 hours, that I have to sit in the bath and use a heating pad and bounce on the birth ball and just like really like work to get through, and then they will suddenly just stop. So at yesterday's 36-week appointment, the doctor was doing the ultrasound to check the fluid, and it was less than 5%, which made her pretty worried. And she's like, with everything that you've been through already, she's like, I'm not comfortable just letting you go home until your next appointment, so I want you to go home, rest, and drink as much water as you can. So that's what I did. I came home yesterday and my bed was covered in plastic water bottles that my kids kept bringing me, and I was just drinking. And today at 2:30 I went back for a repeat ultrasound to see if the fluid level was better, worse, or the same. And the doctor said that if the fluid level was less than what it was yesterday, then they were going to send me for an induction today. And that was just like another like up and down in this whole experience. Like, I feel like if I would have been there yesterday and she said, oh, your fluid's less than 5%, we need to send you for induction, like, I would have been just fine with that, because there would not be a 24-hour wait of anticipation of which way is this going to go now. So that's why I didn't make an update yesterday after my appointment, was because I was so emotional. I couldn't turn on the camera. I didn't want to post anything on social media because I feel like so many of you have been on this up and down ride with me. I can't imagine how it is for you guys either. Like, I know how it is for me and in my family, and it's totally draining and exhausting. So I went back from my ultrasound today, and I had drank so much fluid that the amniotic fluid more than doubled what it was yesterday, and the doctor was totally impressed by that. And I was now in the normal range, and she said there was one pocket specifically today that measured more than all of them combined yesterday. So drinking all the fluid and resting definitely helped. And then she did a biophysical profile on the baby, which is where they have to get a score within 30 minutes, and I think there's 8 points possible, and she said this baby got 8 out of 8 points in only 4 minutes, so a little overachiever. I'm glad that I don't have to get induced. It doesn't mean that in the end I won't be induced because of something, but I would rather this baby just come on its own when it is ready. And obviously if the baby's fluid was really low and it needed to be delivered for health and wellness, I would totally do that. But I feel better knowing that the fluid level is higher now and in a safe level. The baby passed the biophysical profile, and unless I deliver before Monday, then I don't have to go back until Monday for another appointment. That's kind of what's going on, and I just talked for like 8 minutes straight. If you're still here listening, a thumbs up for you. Some symptoms that I'm experiencing besides like all of these contractions and like prodromal labor is like really low back pain, which I've been using my heating pad for, and a little bit nauseous. Like I don't want to eat hot foods and like dinners and things like that. Like I want ice and sugar-free popsicles and just like cold refreshing things like mandarin oranges and things like that. So that's different for me. So I think that's like as much as I'm gonna update for now. I don't really know what else to say. If you guys have like specific questions about things, I'm more than happy to answer them. And so many of you are shocked that I'm still pregnant, and let me tell you, I'm just as shocked. Like you would think like this is my 5th baby, I've experienced it all. No, that is not it. This 5th pregnancy and 5th labor experience is totally like, it's just as surprising and shocking to me. But no matter what, I only have 3 weeks, you know, at the most probably, because I'm almost 37 weeks until I have this baby. And so if I have to go all the way till 40 weeks, which I didn't think I would, and I never have gone 40 weeks, I will be totally shocked. But I just have to remember that the babies and the kids grow up so fast, and if I go to 40 weeks, you know, in 6 weeks I'll have a 3-week-old, and that's crazy. So it goes so fast. So I'm just trying to get one day at a time. Sometimes it's like a half a day at a time because of how uncomfortable I am, and I can't wait to be able to do normal things again. Like generally after I have a baby, I feel great like the very next day. People see me and they're like, you do not look like you just had a baby, but I feel like I do really good with delivering babies, and so I just like, I have my energy back pretty quickly, and I feel so much better really quick right after pregnancy than I do the last several weeks of pregnancy, if that makes sense. Is anybody else like that? So anyways, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below or a question down below, and I will try and answer those for you. Also, I did my first Instagram live video, which was fun. If you guys are on Instagram, go follow me there. I'll leave it linked down here. I also have a Facebook page where I've been updating, you know, little things here and there. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my 36.5 week belly, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.